Hey everyone, it's Daniel here from Infrares. Hope you're all doing well. So pretty interesting news over the long weekend. We did hear from McDonald's talk about some compensation cuts for their employees. We're talking about McDonald's, a fast food restaurant chain that, sells whatever it is, $4 or $5 burgers, $2 burgers, $3 burgers. You can get meals for $2 $3 from McDonald's. And generally McDonald's, the stock, tends to be considered in a recession a recessionary stock because during tough times you're not going to go to those fancy restaurants, and if you want to eat out, you probably gonna go to McDonald's because it's cheaper there, right? You might get $1 drink or $1 snack or whatever it is. So it's very interesting to see that McDonald's are now looking at cutting back some compensation for their employees and are also feeling the pain. Not that McDonald's is fully recession proof. Every company, every stock will feel the pain in their earnings, but definitely there are some companies that might be better off versus others. Now, when you hear news of McDonald's, especially in a time right now where we have yet to see the true impact of all the tightening and the rate hikes, basically does raise some eyebrows of what's going on here. How is this recession that we are in right now, how is it all going to turn out? Now, I'll leave the article in the description for you to read up on it, but basically the title says McDonald's reduces some employee compensation amid job cuts. Now, when I scroll down here, it says McDonald's Corp reduced some employees' compensation and titles as part of the restructuring this week that cost hundreds of workers their jobs, according to a person familiar with the situation. The Chicago-based fast food giant offered some employees the opportunity to remain on the payroll with changes to their compensation packages, including items such as bonuses and equity awards, said the person, who said not to be named, discussing this private information. McDonald's closed its offices for a few days earlier this week to have career conversations with all corporate employees, including those being let go. The job cuts, the company said in January that it planned to cut corporate jobs and eliminate certain initiatives, even as it accelerates new store openings. The job cuts would be final by April 3rd. McDonald's said at the time it had about 150,000 employees at the end of 2022, according to the data compiled by Bloomberg. So here we go. McDonald's is out there slashing the compensation, the benefits, starting with the corporate jobs, right? Going out there saying that, hey, we're in tough times. We gotta kind of be a little bit more efficient with our costs, even though they're opening few new stores. And this is just the beginning, right? And I said this before in previous videos that, hey, it does take time for companies to go out and actually make decisions. Now, McDonald's, like I've just read here, they're looking at their employees and say, okay, we can keep you on payroll, but where can we cut in terms of, your compensation, your benefits, your salary, so you're still on the payroll, you're not completely lost for a job, and you're still working, and we're not completely firing you. Because the biggest mistake a company can make is fire a bunch of employees and then figure out that they got to hire them back, right? Because they were expecting a recession, or they were expecting a hard landing, and it wasn't as hard as they expected, right? They don't want to be losing employees unless they have to, right? Unless they have to really cut down. So a lot of companies are in the same boat, which is why you will see the beginning of this, something similar like what we're seeing with McDonald's, where, okay, we're cutting a little bit, we're cutting off the fat, or we're cutting off certain, let's say, corporate benefits that people have, lowering the compensation, etc. We're still keeping you on board because we don't know what this recession is going to look like, but we are making some measures right now because we're feeling the effects of it. And because of that, you will see that they're still working and it's still being shown in the jobs report. However, which is keeping, which one may argue that the jobs report is strong because of this. However, when the true effects come in and when you start to see real recessions, real hard landing, you'll see the real layoffs come in. And that's where you can get companies like McDonald's and many more start to say, okay, now we gotta fire employees or cut off employees even more and go further. So this is just the beginning. This is just, like I said, you'll start to hear some of this news about some compensation cuts. You're going to start to hear companies, I mean, started with tech, a lot of tech layoffs. You're going to continue to hear tech layoffs, and it's going to transition into other well-known companies, established companies or recessionary stocks or companies, right? McDonald's and so on. You're going to see it all over, right? No company is prone to recession, but a company is not going to make the decision right away, okay, fire thousands of jobs right there and then. They're going to assess the situation, take the time, which is going to be seen in the jobs data over time, and it's going to be kind of a slow lagging effect because we already know that the jobs data, the unemployment rate, the CPI, the inflation numbers, they are lagging numbers, and to see the true effects of all the tightening, we will probably see that later on, right? Not exactly right away. And especially when companies are deciding to focus on keeping people on the payroll but not cutting off completely, then obviously you can expect that, you're not going to see that big uptick in the jobs report unless these measures start being taken more seriously and job cuts start happening more rapidly and more faster, and we're starting to see the hard landing even more clearly, right? So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment below, subscribe, hit the like button, the bell icon to be notified on the next video, and I'll see you guys around. Cheers, bye.